like, listen, brother, you come up with songs like that Padre song.
Yes, brother.
You know, brother, like Padre, like that fucking song's terrible.
Well, you know something, brother. Maybe you just don't understand it.
Bro, have you listened to the song?
Yes.
His Spanish is terrible. Like, I just listen. I'm a Drake fan, but that shit is just like that shit's gotta go.
Welcome back to another episode of Distracted. We are your hosts. I'm Gugs.
And I am Jag, aka Super Sexy Santos for you.
I guess that's a clear reference to the newest Drake and PND drops some sexy songs for you.
Sexy. Man, that shit was. I've had it on repeat. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Of course. I mean, it did drop on Valentine's Day. It's the biggest thing. That's what everyone's talking about right now.
It's a pretty big album. I've been waiting to sort of talk to you about it and see what, you know, like if it stands up to the hype. So for today we got some sexy songs for you review. Where does it rank with some of his other collab projects? And then records. This shit's like not even just Drake, like even Kendrick and all these other, like it's just records. That's all I'm seeing nowadays, man. Like, you know, and maybe some game time. You know, it's maybe some game time, baby. But let's stick to our theme, 5, and let's kick it off. So hit that timer whenever you're ready.
Yeah, first thing. 5-minute review of some sexy songs for you. Let's go.
All right, so big album drops. PND, Drake, a long-awaited, expected to do about 320,000 first week sales.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good considering people didn't know. Like, is he good? Is he dead? Is he gone? What's up? Right?
Exactly, man. Like, it's some pretty big numbers. But I mean, it's Drake, so I feel like it's expected to hit something like that.
I don't know. I find this very polarizing, though. People either they love it or they hate it. There's no in between.
Well, keep in mind, this is a Drake album, so no matter what happens, people are going to hate it in the start and then come back about a year later and be like, oh, that shit was classic.
To be honest, I was going to say that. Hold on. Actually, one thing. It's not just a Drake album. It's a Drake and Party Next Door.
Yeah, sorry. My bad, PND, man. Like, I forget.
But with that said, I actually agree. Like, on my first listen, I wasn't really sure how I felt about it. I was like, I don't know, it's okay. On my second listen, I started to warm up to it a bit. Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's some songs that all stand out. But, you know, the more I listen to it, the more I'm actually liking it. I find it is better as like a leave it on in the background. It's a playlist. It's pretty good. I mean, at the end of the day, it's R&B, right?
Yeah. So I caught myself, same thing, leaving it on in the background and then just being like, oh, wait, what song is that? And I have to go back quickly on my Spotify and check and be like, oh shit, that's that one. So I'm gonna say that. You know,
it took me a while to kind of figure some of them out because one thing I do dislike, I guess I'll just talk about my dislikes first. It's long, man.
21 songs.
It's like an hour and a half. I was like, come on. I never like long albums.
That's what I know. I was gonna say that right off the bat. Right when I saw 21 songs, yo, listen, man, it's an ode to 21 Savage. 21 songs for 21 in respect to 21.
But only Kendrick does stuff that deep.
yeah. I think I'm looking too much into it. But 21 songs, short. A couple of songs like two something, 3 something. So I'll admire that. Number 1 on U.S. Apple Music and iTunes.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, it's doing well. They're successful. They're hitting numbers.
It's hitting numbers. You know, this one's close. It's close to me. It's dear to me. Nokia. We grew up with them Nokias, man. Oh yeah. And it's currently number 1 on US.
Yeah, it's honestly like when you hear that song, it's because everything is Who's
calling my phone? Dun, 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 dun. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. It sticks out because I think Drake's really good when he does that. He always has like that one song that it's a clear single.
Yeah.
On some of his albums, like his other stuff too, you know, like that one you could tell that's a single.
I'm gonna ask you a quick question. What's one of your favorite songs and what's one of your least favorite on that album?
I would say I really like Small Town Fame.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that one's good because I like Drake when he raps, to be honest.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So that stands out to me. Brian Steele was good.
Yeah.
And I think the obvious one to everybody is "Give Me a Hug."
Give me a hug. Okay.
I think that's the one with the most to talk
Yeah,
about,
yeah.
right? Because
that's honestly very different than what I think.
really,
Yeah. Like so, for me, "Die Trying" is number one, hands down. Just like on repeat. Probably listened to it like 60 times already, 70 times. Give Me a Hug, of course, banger. Nokia, banger. But I will say Spider-Man Superman. Okay?
really,
Just because, and now this takes it back to the old school Drake, he sampled the real her. So right when I heard that, I was like, oh shit. Like I admired that for that song. But I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it's a banger album. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's one of the greatest albums around. There's a lot of shit where I was like, man, next. Or it just sort of blended into
I think
one
like
another.
"Die Trying" isn't really my type of song. It's more
It's fine,
poppy.
man.
Like,
That's
I get it, but I think that just goes to show he had a little bit of something for everybody on it.
Mixed bag.
So that's cool. But
Yeah. "Die Trying," hands down, favorite song.
what do you think of like the chemistry between Party and Drake?
I think they've always been good, man. They've always had that little, that Toronto, the Saga City, that whole little.
Bro, sometimes I'm just like wondering, like on Mothballs, I can't decide if I like it or if I don't like it. I like Drake's part. And then Party just comes in. He's like, Michigan, she from Michigan. And she tastes like water. I'm like, what note are you trying to hit here?
Party is an acquired taste. Like he's not for everybody, man. Like you really got to be into his shit.
But he's good. Like I like his melodies, you know?
Yeah. But shit, that's 5. That's 5. I will just say a couple of notable mentions. CN Tower, Lollipop sample. Nokia. Of course, the Nokia ringtone he sampled. And Kanye, "Give Me a Hug." What do you say about it?
Kanye tweeted that he like "Give Me a Hug." Actually, a couple people where tweeted like Young Thug even tweeted about. He's like, "Oh, the boy about to go #1 again."
Yeah,
Gordo
"Give Me a
tweeted,
Hug"
so he
was
had some support out
fucking
there.
Heater though, man. Fucking heater, like no joke. I'm all over the map today, man.
No
loke, baby.
But our next topic.
Next, what the fuck is wrong with me today, man? Like, shit. What'd you give me in that champagne beer, brother? Like, what was in that shit? Next subject, next topic, segment, whatever you want to call it. Where does it rank with his other collab projects?
So let's get into it. So, I mean, we're ranking Drake's collab duo projects, which would be this one, Her Loss with 21 Savage.
Banger.
And then What a Time to Be Alive with Future.
Banger.
So
now let me ask you, brother. Where does this album rank amongst those 3?
I think it's crazy because they're all so very different. What a Time to Be Alive wasn't very long, right? Wasn't it only like 6-7 tracks?
Something like that.
Yeah, and Her Loss was, it was what it was, a mid-length. And then this is so long, like we talked about. But I think I liked Her Loss. I got the most replay value out of that.
Yes, What a Time to Be Alive was a heater, straight banger for that time. The first collab album, we've all been waiting. They had a bunch of other songs together too, so it just hit hard. And Her Loss dropped, and I remember like Her Loss, even till now, till this day, start to finish, I will listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like
not one skip.
How viral, how crazy was Rich Flex? Like that's still a banger.
It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like it's one of those things where
there's so much good stuff on there. Major Distribution, man, Broke Boys. There's like Back Outside. There's so many.
Tons,
on
man.
BS, like there's so many good tracks. But that's like I said, I enjoy the rap part of it more. But I mean, like, What a Time to Be Alive.
I just pulled up the list for What a Time to Be Alive.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
man, I like a lot of those too.
I forgot about some of these.
Yeah, On the Plug, Jumpman, Big Rings. Plastic Bag was like actually my favorite off there. And that's like the slow song.
Shit, like, I don't know. What a Time to Be Alive. Could you imagine if What a Time to Be Alive 2 actually dropped? Like if they did it again? I don't think they can recreate that magic though. Like that was just
No, I think
something different.
I think given the whole landscape of what's happened, if they got together and they dropped it now, it would be bigger than ever.
You think so? Oh,
Yeah.
now what? Yeah, with
Because
the beef and
everybody would
everything.
be like, "Oh my God, the bag,"
of course.
right? So-
That's a whole different scenario.
Well, what is your favorite? Or is it this new one?
Her loss.
Yeah.
This new one, like it's good. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's like a masterpiece, but I also think like listen, brother, you come up with songs like that Padre song.
Yes, brother.
You know, brother, like Padre, like that fucking song's terrible.
Well, you know something, brother. Maybe you just don't understand it.
Bro, have you listened to the song?
Yes.
His Spanish is terrible. Like I just listen. I'm a Drake fan, but that shit is just like that shit's gotta go.
But I think it's also very different to compare because this is an R&B album, right? There's a lot of good R&B songs on there. Crying in Chanel, like I think
Crying in Chanel is
cool. If you cut out all the fat and just kept like all the good songs, Raining in Houston, all that stuff. Well, to me, all the good songs, like I think it would be a much stronger project. I'd be like, damn, I'm listening to this beginning to end over and over.
Well, T-Pain had a good point, and he pretty much said that like this album was a lot of his throwaways, shit that didn't make it on other albums. Like it doesn't seem like anything on there was like, oh fuck. It was more so like, hey, I got these songs. They're great songs, but they didn't really fit anywhere else. Let's just quickly throw them on here. This didn't seem like a serious album.
I saw that too, but but he did say it doesn't mean they're bad songs. It just means
yeah, but it just wasn't.
it could
like,
just be like, hey, I got this waiting for you. Throw a feature on this. You'll get on this.
I feel like
never
this was
released this song.
This was one of those let's just have fun albums. Like Her Loss, masterpiece. What a Time to Be Alive, masterpiece. This one's just like not bad.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like it's so long and there's so much to go through. I think if it was like a solid 12 to 15 songs, we'd be like, oh man,
Bangers,
every song's fire.
So now that brings me to my next point. Who would you like to see him collab with next, my brother?
Ooh.
Who's left?
You know what? I'll say quick answer, him and Travis. They only make bangers.
A whole album though? A whole album of him and Travis?
I think
that could go great or that could go sideways really fast.
I don't know. I think they could pull it off. They got enough range between the two of them.
Yeah.
And because if they each have solo tracks on there, like they're gonna be fire. What do you think?
I would love to see Drake not with one single artist, but I would love to see Drake with a bunch of different people.
Oh come on, man!
I miss those days when everybody. My favorite era of Drake's was like when it was like Khaled, Ross, Wayne. Like when you used to have a bunch of people on the track. That was like the best, but we won't get that. So let's just say 21. Her loss too. She's still lost. You know, I don't know. Of course, I'm shooting for the stars. That's just never gonna happen. But
fair enough.
That wraps up that segment. So records. You know, records, Spotify records, streaming records.
Yeah, a lot of records
iTunes,
being broken recently.
Kendrick has reached 100 million, brother. 100 million listeners on Spotify. That's insane.
Yeah, first ever rapper to reach 100 million monthly listeners. And he's just breaking his own records. I think previously he was at like 98. Before that, he was at like 94, 92. He just keeps climbing higher and higher.
But you know what? I will say I am so tired. I got record fatigue, man. Like every time you look, it's like, oh, Drake's at 94, Kendrick's at 95. No, Drake's at 96. You know, like it's so much, and I'm just like, man, I just want to see the end. Like 100 million, great. Okay, that's a milestone. But I'm so sick and tired of seeing the little
dude,
a million more followers now. You know, like give it a break. You know,
every single thing documented. But no, at least 100 million is like a milestone. That's cool.
Yeah. It's 100 million. I will say props. Like holy shit, that's no industry plug shit. Like you still gotta have talent to be even do. Like I can't just go on there and be like, fucking get 100. Like that's crazy. 100 million's a lot of listeners.
And on top of that, like you think of the run that Kendrick's been on. We already talked about in the previous episode.
Yeah,
he took home all those Grammys. He did the Super Bowl performance. We talked about that, and he also he's the first rapper ever to have 3 albums charting on Billboard in the top 10. He has Good Kid, Mad City, Damn, and GNX. All 3 albums top 10. That's crazy.
On a side note, I will say, do not fucking compare GNX and Some Sexy Songs for You. They're 2 completely different albums, man. I'm so sick and tired of people saying like Some Sexy Songs for You and GNX head to head. Like, bro, that's when Drake drops a solo album. I will say, okay, cool. Let's put them head to head. But this ain't it. Like, stop it. Stop it. Fucking, it's enough. It's enough, okay? Back to the records. Will Drake hit the 100 million, you think? That's a big jump, man.
I think I don't know. He can't. I think I remember checking he was around like 77 was his max.
Oh, no,
something
I think
like
he's
that.
been higher than that.
Has he?
Yeah, he hit higher than that. I think he hit close to like 90 almost. Something like that.
I don't know. I didn't really look.
Jumping 100 million is a big feat. Like, look how much it took for Kendrick to get there.
Well, yeah.
Backing of UMG label, a lawsuit, Super Bowl, GNX.
But that's what I mean. Like,
Drake.
Look at the run he's been on. It's crazy.
Okay,
and it makes sense. Like, he's reaping the rewards of it too.
I'm gonna say it. Kendrick's career was very quiet. The beef with Drake started. Would he have all of this if that shit with Drake didn't pop off? I will continue to fucking say it over and over again.
But when it did pop off, who handled business?
No, he capitalized. Of course he capitalized.
That's what you're supposed to do. He did what he needed to do, and he did it well, and now he's reaping the benefits of it.
If that future Metro song never came out with Kendrick on there, and all that shit never happened, Kendrick wouldn't have had all this happen right now. It really wouldn't have. Let's be honest.
Or
we wouldn't be getting an album for another 10 years.
Or if Drake didn't goad him into it, drop. Like, he's telling him to drop.
Yeah, no, but Kendrick shot first. So I'm just saying, Kendrick stirred the pot, got Drake in on it, used Drake's name, and he climbed. I don't know, man.
Drake took the bait.
And
then Drake egged him on. Kendrick said, if you take it there, I'm taking it further.
Which
That's
is
something
fine,
you don't want to do.
But I'm saying, no, but at the root,
then Drake,
at the root
what is
of
that?
this plant, of the roots, going down in the ground, it starts from Drake.
But with all that said, if you look at, getting back to records, that was a little distracted.
Yeah.
I don't know what picture he's painting here.
Yeah, I know.
But if you go back to the records, if you look at the highest first week streaming debuts, out of the top 5, Drake holds the top 4.
That's crazy too, man.
Scorpion, Certified Lover Boy, Her Loss, and For All the Dogs.
Which all were claimed to be shit when they first came out. And they still did numbers.
Yeah, first week numbers he still did it.
Still hit, man. I don't know. It's good on him. You know, I will say, I hope he stays there. He deserves it. 100 million, crazy feat.
You know what, man? I think it just goes to show they could both still be successful, regardless of all this beef. It's a good look, man. Rappers are
finally. You don't have to pick a side. There is no. You have to either be Kendrick or Drake. Listen to both. Have a great fucking time.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen to whoever the fuck you want, man. I'm so sick of it. Like, oh, I cannot listen to Drake, but it's like, in secrecy, these guys are listening to Drake too. They just don't want to admit it, and vice versa. I don't know. Listen to whoever the fuck you want. I don't care. We're listening to Kendrick right now. That wraps up that segment. You know what? It was a long weekend this week, and I totally forgot to even talk to you about this. We didn't get a chance. Did you see the NBA dunk contest?
Oh, yeah.
That's some crazy shit. But let me ask your thoughts. What do you think of it?
Honestly, as a whole, the dunk competition sucked. But
yes, finally somebody says it.
As a whole, but Mac McClung, wow. Honestly, to come out 3 years in a row and still have creative dunks, still get 50s. Every single dunk was a 50. He killed it. You got to give him props.
I'm going to say this, and I know everybody's going to hate on me for it. I have never gotten past a dunk contest after Carter. I feel like that was just so crazy to see that, now every time I just hold it up to him and was it Carter worthy from that year?
A couple of years back though, Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. That was probably the best. Yeah,
that was good. That was good.
One
I will say
that. That was the best duel ever.
That was.
And, man, Aaron Gordon got robbed. But
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
a
yeah,
conversation
he
for
did, he
another
did.
time.
That's another-
Yo,
exactly.
did you see AP Telo?
Man, this guy, he actually got a few points, and he's not bad, man.
Yeah,
He's
he
pretty
had a good
I was
showing.
shocked. I was like, bro, you're our first representation here. Don't fucking drop the ball. And he came through, man. He didn't fumble, no double dribbles, no traveling, no foul. Like, he was good. Props to you, brother. Like,
Yeah,
that's
good,
crazy.
man. Good. Yeah, it was a good
shit.
showing, man.
Oh man, that's weird to say. Like, it's cool. It's sort of a proud moment.
And they
finally.
talked to him and everything, right? Like, that was cool.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it's that time, man. It's game time, baby. It's game time.
Game time. So I'll be asking the questions
This
today.
time around, yep.
And similar to last week, you quizzed me with the lyrics. I'm doing the same thing.
There you go.
I'm just wording it in Jeopardy format just for cheap ones, though.
All right, let's go.
All right. So given that we talked a lot about Drake today, I'm gonna start with some Drake,
Oh shit.
and then the rest of it, it's all R&B.
Yeah,
based,
we know how
but,
this
you know,
goes.
that's my theme.
We know how it goes.
All right. So I'll give you four multiple choice
All right.
options. So the first question: Drake's dog would probably do this because he doesn't know anything else. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Drake's dog would probably do it for this
Oh,
because
okay.
he does not know
Yeah,
anything
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
A, what is a diamond chain? B, what are Gucci shades? C, what is a Louis Vuitton belt? D, what is a Chanel bag?
C, baby. A Louis V.
That's
dog
right.
Probably do it
My
for a
dog
Louis
will
belt.
probably do it
Yeah.
for a Louis belt.
Yeah. I knew
That's just all
that
you
had
know.
me-
He don't know nothing
Exactly. Like, you had me in the starting. I was like, wait, what? Man, no. That's good. That was good, man. It's true. When you do hear it in like non-melodic way, like you trip out a little bit. You're like, wait, what?
Okay,
Alright,
okay.
cool. That was good.
Question number 2.
Okay.
Popularized in a famous female R&B song. This is a description of a male whose number a girl would not want, nor would want to give their own out to, not want to meet them nowhere, and not want none of their time. A, what is a pigeon? B, what is a bum? C, what is a player? And D, what is a scrub?
You said this is a girl point, right? Like, yeah, I don't want no scrub. Oh man,
No,
I still
I
remember
don't
Sporty
want
Thieves.
your number.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I still remember the Sporty Thieves version, the no pigeon. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
want no pigeon. Oh man, that was awesome. Yeah,
Okay, you're 2 for 2. That's good. That's good. I'll ask you the last one. All right. According to an R&B group, this food is well paired when in a Bentley limousine, generally needed because one is a fiend, and even better when with ice cream.
What the fuck?
A, what is apple pie? B, what is peaches and cream? C, what is strawberry and whip? D, what is a banana split?
Peaches and cream, baby.
I need it because you know that I'm a fiend.
Yeah, right? Like, man, I had no idea where you were going with the start. And I
Get
was like,
freaky in my Bentley limousine.
yeah, man. Oh my god.
That's good, man. You went
That
3
was
for
good.
3.
3 for 3. We haven't been able to stump each other yet. I like this one. I think we're gonna keep coming back to it. But that's a bit. That's a bit. That's it.
That's a bit.
That's a
bit, guys.
That's it. You know what I mean? Spider-Man, Superman. Super sexy sentence for you. It's a wrap though. Subscribe, like, share. You know, we appreciate it. And we'll see you soon.
Peace.
It's a wrap. Boom.